Hi guys, we're starting a new stream. I'm Jordi, and this stream I'm joined by Pedro, Fernando, and Álvaro. We will be talking about the making of Stress Botics, okay, and we'll talk a bit about the mechanics and also, but mainly since we have the illustrator here, we'll be talking about art a lot. So guys, I'm going to stop talking and please introduce yourselves.
Okay.
I'm Pedro. I'm the illustrator.
I am Fernando. I am the creator, the author, and producer. I think doing all these years. And Pedro, your short introduction maybe is. I am going to do a little compliment. Pedro is like my little slave in this
Okay,
project.
that's a compliment. That's good.
Yes, that's but this poor guy is the creator of all the beautiful art of this game, and also not only the art, but also he has been a compliment for the author. I have for me is a big support to increase also this big project. I don't know how to say, but you maybe Jordi and Alvaro have seen the project grow during these years, I think, and the art of Pedro is been a big turbo, I think.
So
In a few words.
Álvaro, what do you think of the art of the project before and after Pedro?
Well, we first saw Stress Botics quite a long time ago. First time was when we were invited by Fernando to his grandparents' house or something in Barcelona, and he
Right.
offered us food and everything. He was super nice. We were a little bit late, and we sat there in this big table with this huge board with lots of stuff going up and down. And it was a Friday night after a day, a crazy week, and I got my head that began to burn. And
We could see a little
at some
smoke.
point, I was totally blocked, and said, I want to try that when I'm fresh. No, actually, when I saw the game, I think Pedro was still not in doing the art.
No.
And I must say that so the graphic art was very clear. I think that having Fernando, which is an architect, working on it, and so it made a much clearer prototype than from someone else. But I have to admit that Pedro's input has brought more clearness in the icons, in the graphic design, in the organization, a little bit of the board, and of all the elements that have been created with a big chunk of them, right?
Yeah, so let me just step in. We know that Fernando is a first-time author here for Stress Botics, but we know that Pedro has worked in several projects. So I have a question for you. How would you compare working in the artwork side of Stress Botics compared to other games that you've done previously?
Well, it's pretty different because this one is an ongoing project. I mean, when you get another project from an editorial, or they usually they came with a they ask for a complete work, a closed work.
Okay.
So you have to budget something closed. But in this case, the first time Fernando contacted me, he asked me to illustrate the. He was, I think, alone or with some partners, but you were. I don't know if you were involved already in the project. He asked me to keep the prototype spirit,
Okay.
because it was the prototype was sort of iconic when you saw these blueprints. So he wanted to keep the blueprints spirits and change the art, but not the overall, not to do a complete
Okay.
redo.
Okay. So if I understand correctly, usually when on your experience when you've worked for other publishers, they gave you they gave you the game components that they wanted to do, and then you started from scratch. But in this project, you worked on what Fernando had built already, and you went on from there. No?
Exactly. It depends on the project. I mean, I've worked in several projects, and in one of them, I was just the colorist. In others,
Okay.
I did just the illustrations. In others, I do everything from the design to the illustrations. In this is a bit different because I am doing the illustrations based on the Fernando and Cristina designs, but sometimes I told you I need more space here, or I have this idea, and they adapt if it's possible. They adapt to it, but I remember first. I think I told Fernando that I wanted to redo to make the the table, the board.
The board.
The main board.
I wanted to
Yes.
change it into something like a panel from a nuclear plant panel that
Okay.
controls all very retro.
Okay.
And
With like a retro feel. Okay.
he said to me, no, it's a bit crazy. You're a crazy man. So the project has had a solid base graphic, solid graphic base, and I just
Built
added
on that.
some illustrations to complement and to make it more attractive, maybe.
Okay, so and another question from me, and then I'll let you guys ask. So, how long have you been working on the game so far?
I don't know exactly. We met in the first time I met Fernando was in Protos y Tipos. It's a Spanish convention for game authors, and that time I saw Fernando and the game, and it was like I want to try that.
Okay.
Seemed completely madness, and I tried a couple turns, and it was like, wow, this is. I need to play this.
Okay.
But then time time passed, and I don't know exactly if it was in 2018 he contacted me
1818.
to
February. February
February
2018.
to propose me to start to collaborate
Ah,
in
well,
this
the
project.
proposal, not for
So,
marriage.
did Fernando propose to you? That's news. I didn't know about this.
It was just before signing with Two Tomatoes, I think, during maybe summer of 2019. But we met in February of 2018, I think, because the game was announced in public in Cordoba on 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it was like 6 months after I met Pedro. But yes, the serial proposal was at 1 year ago. One year later, I think. I
Okay.
think
Yeah,
more or less.
And I trust that the marriage has been good so far.
yeah. Well, it has highs and
Ups
downs.
and downs. Okay.
Right.
Okay. It's interesting. Yeah. So Albert, I think that you wanted to for Pedro to show something to the viewers. No?
Yes, I think we actually asked Pedro to have some images of
Yeah. Okay.
the
I'll.
board and some cards, I think, right? So while Pedro is searching that, Fernando, this is like Jordi said, your first board game, your first design, right?
Right.
Although you have many others in the working, right?
Yes. If this project comes to light, maybe we can work in more projects. But yes, uh, for the moment I have between 6 and 8 projects in the work. All of them in beta or alpha, but two of them are totally playable at this point. One of these are related with Stress Botics, but I can tell more on this video. But yes, more projects, but no sci-fi. There are a mix, and
Things. Okay.
of course, all of them heavy euros. Well,
You can see
So
Yeah.
the screen. You
Okay.
can see the board. Okay. Well, this is the Stress Botics base game board. I think it's finished, but you never know with
Is
Fernando.
it finished, Fernando?
almost. Never is finished. Never is finished.
So okay, the original or what Fernando sent to me was this. Like uh, I need to find it.
Okay,
This one.
so here.
So
Okay.
this is the prototype. Well, this is the Ansius.
yeah,
It was called the Ansius Botics. It was the base game, and this was not the first board we did.
Yeah, I think
It
that
was
this was already
the
had
yeah.
Odyssey
gone.
one, and then when the two tomatoes entered, you decided with Fernando to level down
It
to
was done already, but
yeah.
Ansys Robotics was announced on SN 2018, but I didn't show during 1 year. But yes, two tomatoes say to me, okay, Fernando, we need like a lighter version of this game at this point, and we need to split the game. And yes, two tomatoes make the idea of split the product itself, and then enforce this version. So
Yeah, so
this
it was more easily digestible.
Yeah,
yes,
because
that,
already it's not
in
dumping
a,
down, it's just separating the materials for an easier entry because the game is already super difficult, super heavy. So, but yeah, this walk us through the different changes
I
and how did you
I do
approach?
remember that the blue parts that are seen here are like the old board was all in this color, in this blue color
Yeah,
that
You're
you
right.
find in the
Right
right part,
side was
right?
blue.
yeah,
In the center.
So
And then
for this board, we had to take the same style of the Odyssey one. So we started working, and we well the fact is it was to change the white papers
yeah.
into some sort of retro tablet.
Yeah, I would say that
So
at least it looks like that you kept the graphic design, so to speak, no? And you put a layer of illustration on top of it to make it,
yeah,
I think, much more agreeable.
yeah, because this is a sci-fi game, so you need to put some technology on it. I think so. Fernando was is fan of game consoles, video games and such. So we decided to put a bit of that in the game. So the idea was use some sort of table with a retro look. I inspired for this one. Well, for the Odyssey one, it was inspired in the Commodore 64.
Okay,
The old,
interesting.
I had to adapt that to the new size of the table. And in the Odyssey this part is the belt where the cylinders uh, enter
Load.
in the game.
Oh, yes, load
Yeah,
on the
move.
main on the main board. Yes,
In
right to
in
the
the
combat.
Odyssey, this part of the game is in a sideboard.
Like a three-dimensional board. In this
Yeah.
in this side is like two lines. No, you don't have some kind of movement, three-dimensional movement. And in the Odyssey mode, as Pedro said, you have more places to go. So you can move in a three-dimensional way. But yes,
So
not two belts.
the first idea is to keep the same idea that was in Odyssey, but it seemed that it was a bit forced. I mean, it's strange. I mean, this is a table and you put a boost over the screen. Well, so we decided to change that, and Fernando thought that it was better to integrate in the tablet the belt and make it like it was um, a view of the chambers where of the rooms where the alphabet was walking or standing.
Yes.
So we decided to put it instead of using the data boost, we use a physical belt.
Belt.
Like a conveyor
That's
belt,
right.
no?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Alphabet has the gray one on the upper side, and the cylindroids are in relation with the elevator. So these guys spawn through the elevator and then load on the lower belt.
Mhm.
So they are, if you remember, well, if the viewers are more or less with the game in the mind, the beta bots or your player are placed on the docks, on the square shaped box docks, sorry, and you can attack the cylindroids on the lower belt. That's right. So it's more tangible at this
Yeah, I
point.
remember this, sorry, this change. And to me, at least as a player, I found that it was much more understandable, the concept of a conveyor belt, than that thing, for me at least. Yeah, and
Yes.
also I like the little elevator that it's bringing up the new cylindroids that we have towards the right. And maybe I can point it. Yeah, I think. Yeah, in
Yeah,
this area.
and
That's very cool.
well, we changed also the the icons
The full
into
ships.
illustrations, and in fact, I did these ships, these designs, and Fernando changed the icons. You see the icons first; they are not exactly the same, I think. Or
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes. You're right. I changed the icon. I changed
to
the icon
adapt to.
itself to adapt to your illustration, and then I changed the miniature of the ship to adapt to your illustration again. So we have
So
a
this
lot of
project is
versions.
it's evolving. I mean, it's instead of doing you do work and then it comes back to you, and you have to. There are back and forth, and it's nice. It's a bit crazy, but it's really nice. So also in the first version, we kept this as a floppy disk, but it didn't have much sense. It was I like the detail of using a floppy disk. from my youth, but it was better to make it some sort of budget table what to put the core view.
Yeah.
Also, the manometer has changed from the first. Also, here we added at first an illustration to the blueprint, but then we started to add some more
More like a status, like a
table.
screen
Yeah.
to change the
Because
status of Alphabot.
I think first this was going to be fixed, but then you change into here there are going to be tiles, so it has more sense to put a tablet so you can change the tiles as if they were changing the screen content.
Right.
And here we started with the first idea in the design was use some sort of retro style of 80s big frames and such, but we found that there were not enough space to do that, so we have to make the frames thinner.
Okay.
And then it takes a much futuristic view, much modern view instead of retro. But it was no solution to that. We
Well,
have to
to me, I have to say that this part on the top right, it reminds me a bit of the Game Boy. I don't know if that was intentional or
Yeah,
not.
that-
With
that's-
those lines here, I don't know.
that's Fernando's idea. He wanted to put a Game Boy.
Well, yeah.
There are more in Odyssey. There are a couple of item boards that there are
More reference to
and
retro collection. Yes.
I think they turn out to the result is really nice with the Game Boys.
We have done like in one side like a Game Boy Advance, like well heavy modified Game Boy Advance mixed with Nintendo 64, and in the other side we have like a Nintendo DS. But the inspiration was the prototype of the Nintendo DS when it was shown for the first time. So,
Okay.
but
These
yes,
are-
all of them heavy modified, not Nintendo DS. So we have adapted to the Stress Botics Corporation, you know. So it's quite funny.
Also, the manometer here just has
Yeah,
becomes
we can see that it has changed from the previous
Yes.
version that you were showing us. Yeah, it's
Right.
much cleaner, I would say, in this version
Yeah.
than in the previous one.
goes even cleaner, and that's
Right.
not the last one. I mean, these changes are more cosmetic. We added the explosions here to identify where
Where they can attack.
they can attack and they explode, and then finally, I think this is the last one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the manometer thing that you were telling us. Yeah, it's
the
still
minimum expression.
Yeah,
So
minimalistic,
we adapt
yeah.
this to make thinner, and we
And
added
we have the Game Boy.
here, connector. Well, and that Stress Boy it's going to be complete with a tile here, I think.
Yep.
So
Yes.
we move them to the
So the tile
so we added
on,
here some feet and some
Right.
cosmetical changes, and that's
Oh.
the final version, I hope.
for now.
For
Let's
now,
say it's
well.
the final version for now.
tiny tweaks, but yes, all of them are related with tiny tweaks on the balance of the game. You know, when
Yeah.
I test the game with the testers, so for example, the Stress Boy itself has changed the shape. It's because we need to put more resources on them. So, and then the Stress Boy itself also scales. So the upper tile of the board has one side for the one for 2 players and one side for 3 or 4 players. So Pedro has to adapt this kind of drawings for the balance of the game.
So, guys, you've shown us quite a lot of the main board of the game. I don't know if you want to switch to another game component, maybe. I think that Alvaro was waiting for something to be unveiled. I don't know, Alvaro. What do you think?
What I told Pedro is that he must show the game box, the 2 game boxes, because they're beautiful, they are fantastic, and that if he could share some
Okay,
images of
I have
that.
not the box of but the covers. So
Ooh.
this was the cover. Well, this was tricky because Fernando asked me to do an action scene. So I thought these are tubes and cylinders. How the hell I'm going to do
That
an
fight!
action? Yeah, so I decided to make first. We thought of making something in the surface of coming out, but I wanted to do I don't know. I wanted to do something that complement the other box, the Odyssey. So to make an scene, if you put together, they form
A scene.
an panoramic scene.
Okay.
So I decided to change the action to the the space because I wanted to show. Well, I think it's one of the core. I don't know the core attractives or of the game. That is
The ships.
the trails, the
Yeah.
the system. When I first saw the game, one of the things that amazed me is, well, it's a pick and deliver game, but you have to deliver the resources in a specific moment,
Yep.
and the trajectory and that was how can you achieve that? I mean, it was what it marked me is when I see this is melts your brain. I can get with all of this, how can I get there and deliver this in the exact moment that the ship is there?
Yeah,
So
you have to
it
be the
was nuts.
proverbial at the right place at the right moment.
Yeah.
And I
So I
think that
wanted.
the cover that you were showing us, yeah, once you know, if you know a bit of the game, really captures this moment. I have to say that I'm a big fan of also the background, the space that we see in the back, because it's not like the pure black space that you would maybe expect, and also like the light or the explosion that it's behind the the bot on the right. That's really good.
One.
Yep,
Yeah, well,
I really like it.
it's supposed that when the game finished, I think the planet collapsed. So it was something like
Yeah, yeah, it
seemed
gives you a sense of
collapsing
urgency
this.
that something is happening, no?
So then the Odyssey part of the, well, this thing this was with all the logos.
Exactly. Here we can see the logos
Okay.
and the
So
lettering.
yeah, and then this the the complementary, the expansion, two complements is this one. In this case, it has some kind of juxtapox, I think, because it has to be the sides. This one.
You have a complete view of the
Okay.
two boxes, Pedro.
Yeah.
Do you have?
I don't have here. So I'm afraid, but no.
I think you have to us, and then you can show it, because it really looks fantastic when you show the both boxes together.
Well, here is very interesting that one of the main things that happens in the expansion is that you get to really interact with Alphabot and seeing like the
explosion, the technical explosion.
Yeah, it's very good.
That was one of the things that specifically asked Fernando for, because the first idea.
I don't know.
Problems?
Styles. So, for this one, Fernando wanted a technical diagram of Alphabot.
Okay.
And I thought that visually it was better to make something that was similar, and so I tried to put the explosion in the context. I don't know if
well, and we also see the big body, behind to the right,
and more cylindroids.
Yeah, that's very good.
And well,
attacking.
So that was what I wanted to show, the elements of the game, the planet, the space.
Like a boss.
You went to a planet or indoor. Well, you lost a bit of that, so it turned out like this.
It's very good.
I hope that people like it.
And do you have, Fernando? Did you look for the image of the?
I am searching on the drive. Let me 1 minute only.
Well, I think I remember that there was also quite a lot of back and forth with the logos and the designs for the number of players and the times and the ages and stuff.
This was, I think, I based on, because this was, I don't know if I did this based on the icons fair designed, or did I can't remember, or did was yours? You did this?
These icons are based on when I designed the robots on the very beginning. Then after I think in 2018, I contract 2 artists, not focused on board games, but two artists like they paint by hand. They are not expertise on board game background, right? And I said, okay, I need to reinterpret or give like a little touch on the robots. And Sabina and Luis design this kind of little icons. And then with you, Pedro, we reinterpret these tiny icons with in the final art of the box.
Yeah, we discuss about the 2 tomatoes changing into this sort of negative space, because your logo is with it's, white with the right tomato, and I think, I don't know if Fer convince you to adapt to this style, or well, I know I think they look good.
Yes.
No, we're happy. I remember talking to Fernando about the logos. He was asking me how we wanted it done and stuff, and I think that the final result is quite good. I'm actually very proud of it. It's very good.
I don't have. I think I don't have here the complete box. I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay. It's
Well,
okay.
the viewers, they will have to wait a little bit to see that, but it's okay.
Yes.
Let's keep
Well,
something.
actually, maybe it's a good moment to say that if the viewers go to our website, which is twotomatosgames.com, if they go to games to come soon, we have a page for Stress Botics, and they can subscribe to get news about the project, the advancement, and the launch of the game found that we're gonna launch pretty soon, isn't it, Fernando?
Yes. Sorry, Alvaro. I was searching the cover. Repeat, please.
No, no, I was saying that the game found is coming pretty soon.
Yes, I hope that. I hope that we are focusing to finish the game. Not the game, but just the product itself, right? Because
It's
Stress
never,
Ball
it's never finished, Fernando. It
never
will
finished.
never,
For me,
it
it's
will
never
never be
finished.
finished for you. This
That's
is
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
so. Pedro, what else do you have there to show us?
Okay, I think Alvaro told me that you like the items.
I love the items. They're really cool,
So
honestly.
he told me about how they evolve. So I put here the okay. So this it's an example. The original fair designs were something like that, which were something to fit in the blueprint style. But he wanted to make them render it in color, to make them.
Yeah.
So I changed. I reinterpretate, let's say the. And sometimes I was more faithful to the original designs. In others, in this case, well, this was a lava container, so I invented a lava container,
Yeah.
and then there is an advanced version, a bigger version. So I, based on this, I did this, and then there is a lava converter with similar. So I used well, this is a lava container. The lava converter must have something related. So that's the process. Like for example, in this one, this is the typical magnet. You know,
Yeah.
it was not I think proper. So I used more of an industrial magnet, and well, you get
Yeah.
the put the electricity. So in other, for example, other items here, well, I was more literal. I mean, solder, and the icon was like that. Well,
Yeah.
I did in this container. I was faithful also. There are another ones that, well, retro professor. Well, I mean, it's a professor. How will do I? I just made it up.
Yeah.
So
No, but I love
and then
how you got Fernando's idea, and as you were saying, no, that in
yeah,
some cases you did like, let's say, a more literal approach, but on others you put like your creativity into it, and also working in with this style of design that you, it's a bit like retro futuristic. It's really cool. Like it's,
yeah.
I think it's very unique.
In the end, there were lots and lots of items. I don't know how much
Uh,
they are.
I think we have between 100 and 150.
Yeah, it
We are
was
working.
madness. And well, some of them, well, Fair sent me just a little sketch. He draws pretty well. He's an architect, and but then sometimes I was more literal. Well, this way the I used the alphabet, and well, it was pretty simple. In other ones, I just changed the concept to make it a bit different. In this beta container, I thought of trash containers, and well, I twisted. You take ideas from here and there, and then you, for example, there's here an example of launch and apply a fire. Well, this is something a bit, you know, sci-fisky. I don't know how to put that.
Yep.
Well, you put you let loose your imagination. But in other ones, for example, this one, it's actually based on real controller demolition.
Okay.
So, and well, there are lots and lots of them. So there are some of them are similar to consoles. In the end, it's a bit how the Frankenstein's, because there are so many and so different that it's not like it has a real a specific sci-fi line, and everything it's very similar. In this case, is everything is different to surprise or so.
But it's interesting that you say this, because when I see the images, even though, as you were saying, the objects are very different, you can clearly see that there's like a common thread throughout all the objects, or at least to me. Like this mix of something that already exists with something that is a bit more crazier. But I don't know. At least I can identify like a thread, a common thread between all of them, which is really nice.
So these are the items I can so well I there are more, but also one of the things that Fernando asked me was to there were the icons of for the game with the reserves and such, but he wanted to go a bit further for some aspect for the liver tiles. So he asked me to do some research. So we did research in 3D. There are many from the cubes or met the gas. That I think this was the hydrogen symbol. I think you told me.
Yes, helium 3.
And well, this was other illustration. Was all that splashes are Fernando's request.
Okay. Well, I think I can identify some of those images that you're showing right now from the delivery requirements, no, the cargo requirements of the
Right.
ship.
The targets. That's
So
right.
the silicium, the stone, and the crystal
Exomatter.
exomatter.
That's right.
And well, these are the batteries and the
Those are the bad guys in a.
yeah, the batteries in a box.
That's very good.
I guess you have to deliver to hand down the bad guys and send to the ship.
The ships.
I
Yes.
don't know.
We will. Maybe we can do like a developer diary with your final drawings and my first drawings to show to the people like the transition from the prototype, the next drawings, and then the final ones. It's
Also,
very interesting.
also all the boats and cylinders had this their version with colors, the one, the two, and the three. And for the damage version, will instead of doing all the same
Damages.
fire,
Okay.
I try to make it different. I mean,
Yeah.
this one exploding, this one with some electricity or
Yeah. Well, and it's also thematically, no? Because if I'm not mistaken, the one that we see on the left, it's the like the laser guy, no?
the laser
That's right.
one. This is the one that explodes. So well, and there is this there are versions for all the four bots, alpha bot, and also this is one of the final boss because there is another one who is upside down.
Okay.
3 points there, and it's yellow. The lights are yellow as well. Uh, these are the color version. Then other thing that we used for the action cards.
Like a stencil, only in line.
Yeah, we
Okay.
for the action card, we want to keep the style that the prototype had, but instead of doing it just with the icons, approach the illustration as an illustration. I mean, it seems to be an icon, but if you go there, it's handmade.
Okay.
So it keeps it gives you. It's not perfect, so it's not so cold. You want to you say. So I ended doing this for each of the
Of the bots, we can see the difference because they have a different number of eyes. So
That's
you
right.
can see that. You can see that when you look closely.
and also this is the standard action, and this is the enhanced one. That doesn't need the
Yeah, I really like the solution that you did for this because when playing the game, you can boost the action if you spend the battery that it's the bot is actually carrying, and by reducing to the like this fake stencil, reducing the illustration to this fake stencil, it puts a lot more focus onto the battery. So that's very good when you're playing and your brain is a bit fried. Like it's very easy to see which battery you need and stuff. So that's a very good solution.
This was very fun to do. I liked. I didn't. Other things maybe when you draw. This one was really. I liked very much. Also, there is something in the alphabet. At first, I thought, well, you can put the beta bot over in the miniature. You can
Yeah.
put the alphabet on top of the beta bot.
The beta bot inside the alphabet.
So
Yes,
the
only
first
for the
time-
Odyssey.
Yeah.
On Odyssey mode, yeah.
The first time I draw this, I put the beta bot was
The top.
yes. If you see, I don't know how to say saliendo. Porque
You see it coming up,
yeah, that,
like not perfectly
Then-
inside, but you could see the beta
Yeah.
bot like a bit on top of it.
that's it. And then Fernando told me, no, but the beta bot must be inside. And I was, how? So I had to do this, make it in a different tone to see
Yeah.
to
Well, yeah. So that you could
Well,
actually see through the
had to-
alphabet. That's very interesting.
also, well, I drew also the back. This is the Delta bot. This is for the solo game.
A little spoiler.
Ah,
Oh,
spoiler
sorry.
alert.
Well, no, but it's nice to show. But Deltabot has a lot of drawings apart from this.
Okay.
But yes, I think the drawings on Alphabot were the harder ones to represent
Yeah.
on the action cards. I
Also-
think.
Here to see this is part of the Odyssey, so it's a bit of a spoiler. Also, these are the
Wait, I'm seeing an angry alphabet
action
here.
cards.
Yes,
So
this
there
is
are. I had to do here was like producing batteries in two different versions with this antenna,
Pop, pop.
attacking and destroying not only each
Exactly, we
other,
want fight.
but,
Yes.
but betabots also attacking the inside. That was very tricky to
Yeah.
do because it has to attack the betabot that was inside it. And I thought, how the hell I'm going to do that? I came up with the idea of yeah, crunching it, putting the rest of betabots, those
Exactly. Yeah, they look like a pile of, let's say,
yeah,
compacted metal.
yeah.
No?
right.
And so there are also there are for the cylinder. There are more, but I won't spoil that with the cylinder box. Uh, Also a lot of actions for the bosses.
The boss has its own artificial intelligence also, and has its own actions like Alphabot.
Okay, that's
Well,
very good.
this is for
Uh,
this. Yeah, okay. You want
I
to
just
say?
found Alvaro the image of the two boxes
Ooh.
put together. So if you let me
Yeah, I
let
keep
me
them.
the screen, I'm going to show to all the viewers.
Okay.
Thanks. Whoops, sorry. Let me check.
Yeah, I think we're seeing it.
You're seeing
Yeah,
the im-
yeah, all
this
of
is
you are seeing it.
the WhatsApp group with Pedro and Cristina, who is the girl who is doing the final arts, the 2D work. But yes, this is a panoramic view. Can you see that?
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, it's very nice. Well, we can see here that exactly it's really a single scene when you put the two boxes together, no, with all the planet and the
Right.
ship's streak, no, what they leave behind them. It's very very nice. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So just to finish the video, if you want, if you don't mind, Pedro, I can show some kind of message that we sent to us.
Yeah,
For example, I sent
I,
this kind of drawings to Pedro, and the poor
yeah.
guy has to
I
adapt.
It was the next thing I was going to show.
Ah, okay. So
The betabo the alphabet
I
section.
okay. So you can switch to your screen
Okay, let's. Okay, one moment.
on yours. There is so much content, Alvaro. Maybe we can do like more episodes, right?
So you
Yeah.
can see them. Okay, let's see. So
So, guys, just to remind you of the time that we would need to be wrapping up in like 5 minutes.
yeah,
So let's go
this
and
is
see
the
this.
last one. No,
Oh,
this is the he Fernando asked me to make for the Odyssey board uh, a section of alphabet. He indicated me all the parts of the inside guts of it. So first I did the stem field and then I colored. So this was this.
oh wow.
So you have here all the
Fernando, I think
stem
I
field.
like Pedro's version better than yours, I have to
No,
say.
no, normal. It's-
So well, I had to put well I wanted to put a bit of everything. Well, some screens, some gas tanks. Uh, Here is this box. This one, I don't know if you can see the gray one on the back. It's where actually the Betabot mm, the Betabot cabin, the where
Yes, when you got inside the alphabet, the Betabot is just right there.
it's here.
Okay, so
So
it's
well,
like the space where they put the beta bot inside.
we
Right.
can okay. Just a moment. No, okay, I think it don't.
Well, I really
Okay,
like the
so
attention to detail on the right one. That
yeah,
there's some gas leaking from the gas tanks.
yeah. Yeah,
That's real
this
nice.
is open and it's as Fernando said, leaking the acid. This is the cargo bay for Alphabot, and well, this one this was also very fun to do. So because well, you have to put a lot of things in
In a
so
very small space. Yeah.
so
And they have to be on or say we have to synchronize all these drawings with the gameplay. So when you are playing the game, this kind of components or this kind of drawings, you have to understand the gameplay itself. So some mechanics, like when Alphabet is dealing with damage during the game, in the just the right drawing, we have separate this fire with different parts of the robot. So, for example, when Alphabet is like the 70% of the damage, he has only fire on the head. So
Okay.
when he's dealing more damage, the fire is going to appear. So you have to change the tile to another tile with more fire. So and then some kind of components of the alphabet is like you can play with some kind of parts of alphabet when this guy is dealing with more fire. I don't know if I'm explaining well, Jordi, but
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You're explaining it perfectly. Okay, guys, so I'm sorry, but we do have to wrap up because, well, maybe the viewers don't know this, but here in Spain, we have a curfew enforced. So, since Albert and I, we're on the warehouse, we need to go back to our homes. So, in time. Many thanks, Pedro and Fernando, for joining us for this stream. I think that there's quite a lot of stuff that we didn't have the time to talk about. So surely, if you guys are up for it, we can do another one, and maybe when we're getting up for that game fund that Álvaro was talking about before, and sorry, Álvaro, you're
Yeah.
muted.
Yes, I was saying that I was talking with Fernando, and maybe we can have a surprise for tomorrow and have a little more time with Fernando to show us stuff. I don't know if Pedro will be available, but
I will tell you.
Maybe we can show
I can assure you.
maybe we can show Alvaro the very beginning of the game, like the first prototype, and so the people can see from the 2015 the development of the game. It's a very interesting part
yeah, I think it
of
will
this
be
project.
fantastic.
Perfect.
Okay, guys. So you want to add something else, or we wrap up?
Okay.
Thank you for the interview.
No, thank you for coming. It's very nice. We, both Albert and I think that the viewers, they really appreciate the artwork, and they appreciate even more so having the artists here and explaining how the process was and stuff. And I think that's very, very interesting.
Okay.
So
I agree
something
with
else?
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for all the viewers, and we are on Discord for any doubt or some kind of consult. We are
Yeah,
here.
I remember something for the viewers. There's going to be a demo of Stress Botics in 1 hour and a half, more or less.
Yes.
So if you
Right.
want to join on that one, just go to our Discord here on Shocks and ask for the demo. Okay, so bye bye, and we'll see you
Bye-bye.
guys in the next Twitch. Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.